Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am here at my work because I had to come into work twice today. In the morning I opened and then now I have to close. Now I have to close. So yeah, this is what I do, guys. I make shakes here. I work. I got a new job, so thank the Lord, because my last job I quit. And yeah, so I got a job here at Herbalife at a nutrition club, and it's been going pretty good, honestly. I work full-time now, and then I recently started school, so my schedule's been kind of hectic. I've been trying to edit that video for the longest time, but the editor just didn't work. So yeah. Anyways, let's get on with this video, guys, because I know you guys have been waiting a long time, and I am so sorry. I apologize truly because I haven't been uploading, and I told you guys I would, and I haven't been keeping my word, but I promise that this channel is important to me as it is my job, as it is school. So I am trying to keep my game strong through all of the stuff that I'm doing, but I promise you guys, this, even though I struggle a little bit, I'm gonna keep posting videos. Anyways, let's get on with this video. I had to make myself a little shake before I start the video. Because I just closed and I'm super excited because I'm about to go home. So we're back. I made my shake, and then as soon as I started recording, I spilt it. So then it took me like another 2 minutes to clean up. So my bad, guys. Anyways, back to what you guys came in the video for. This scar that I have right here is a burn, and I got burnt when I was about 4 years old at my grandma's house by an egg. I already know your reaction. This is how the story goes when I tell it. This is why I chose to do it on camera, because I feel like it's much easier. I don't get to see you guys' reactions because everybody's reaction is the same. They'll be like, what happened right there? I got burnt. Burnt with what? With an egg? An egg? And that's how it goes. Everybody has that same reaction. What? An egg? Yes. So if you guys can tell, I'll put a picture up if you guys can't see it well, because the lighting in here is crazy. It's the shape of an egg. So not a boiled egg, like a cooked egg. So what happened was, it was me, my grandma, my grandpa, my mom, my auntie Gloria, and my cousin Omar. For those of you who don't know, my cousin Omar, he'll soon be on my channel. In a later video, he wanted me to do his makeup, so give this video a thumbs up if you guys want to see that. But he was 3 and I was 4, because I'm exactly a year older than he is. And my auntie Gloria decided to make us dinner. My cousin likes eggs. I don't really like eggs. I never really did like eggs, but she was cooking eggs for dinner. My mom and my grandma were, and my grandpa was sleeping in his room. My mom and my grandma were in the living room because my mom was pregnant of my sister, and my mom had really bad achaques. I don't know how to say that in English, because she was pregnant. And yeah, so my grandma was over there in the living room taking care of my mom, and my auntie was taking care of me and my cousin. She sat us down, she gave us our eggs, and she left one of the eggs cooking on the stove. But my auntie Gloria really needed a pee, so she thought, I'll go to the bathroom real quick, pee, and come out and sit with the kids. So when she went to the bathroom, I did what any woman who is in the house would do. I took care of the house. You know, I was responsible. I took charge as a woman, and I decided to go take care of the egg so it wouldn't burn, because my auntie was in the bathroom and I didn't want her egg to burn. So she went to the bathroom, and the stove was right next to the sink, right? And next to the other side of the stove, there was nothing but 2 12-packs of Cokes. Well, being a 4-year-old, I'm like 2 feet tall, maybe like 1.5 because I'm really short, and I was small. So I stood on top of the Coke cans, and I reached over to grab the spatula because I was about to move the egg. You know, I was taking care of it because the egg was popping, it was making noises, and I'm like, oh my god, this egg's gonna burn, so I need to flip it. I was on the side of the stove, so I had to reach over the pan to grab the spatula. I was stepping on the corner of the 12-pack of Cokes, and since they were stacked, the top one decided to flip. So when it flipped, I was falling. I was gonna fall. So I did what any person was gonna do when they were gonna fall. I tried to grab onto something, and what I grabbed onto was the pan. That was the first thing I could have reached. It was right in front of me. And when I grabbed it and I was falling back, I pulled it down. And when I pulled it down, all the oil and the egg and everything splattered on me. So the egg fell right here. I had oil running down my face, all through my face, on my hair, inside my eye, on this side of my armpit. So I was all the oil, it was boiling hot oil because the egg was frying, and I was all burnt up. Thank God that the only scars I have is this one and a little tiny bald spot. Let me see if I can find it. Right there. Yeah. I'll put a picture of it too if you guys want to see it better. But I had blisters, don't get me wrong. I had blisters on my face. I had a little blister in my eye and everything. I had blisters wherever, but I didn't get scarred just right here because it went down all this armpit in my face. It was pretty bad. So as soon as the egg fell on me, I screamed at the top of my lungs because dang, I still remember how painful that was. And yeah, so as soon as I screamed, my mom and my grandma got up because they already knew what was going on, because you know, I was a very, and I still am, curious child who always wanted to be very independent, and I didn't need people to help me flip an egg, I thought. So as soon as I screamed, they automatically knew something was wrong, because I'm not the type of girl who's gonna be screaming for no reason, right? So I screamed, and my mom came rushing to the kitchen, and my grandma did too, and they saw that I was full of oil and the egg was still on me. So my grandma pulled it off me, and they took off my shirt. I remember what I was wearing. I was wearing some red short shorts with ladybugs on them and a matching tank top. It was red as well, and it was picture day, so I was kind of cute because I took pictures at school. And they took off my shirt because they wanted to get all the oil off me as fast as they could. And what they decided to do was, my grandma has a habit of keeping waters in the fridge because my grandpa loves drinking water, and everybody likes cold water, you know. So she had a jug of water, and then she had all kinds of water bottles, and they just poured those on me. I remember sitting on top of my grandma's couch and just like being showered with freezing cold water. So I started shaking so much. Of course, it was because I was shaking because I was cold and because I was in pain. So my whole body was freezing, and I was like because I don't like cold water. I don't like being cold. So I was all cold, but my chest felt so nice, guys, because it hurt so bad. And yeah, as soon as they poured the water, they called the ambulance really fast. And then I remember, I don't remember how long the ambulance took to get there, but I remember they got there and my mom called my dad. And my dad was really, really mad at my mom because he said she was supposed to be watching me. And my parents were going through the divorce, so they were having other problems as well. But I just remember being inside the paramedics, inside the ambulance, and I've always been scared of cops, but there was a cop right next to me, and I tapped him and I tried to talk, but I guess I screamed so loud that my voice didn't want to come out. And to me, it felt like I was dying, guys. I've never been in the hospital for anything serious besides this burn. So that was the first and only time I was in the hospital for something really serious. So I thought I was dying because I was in an ambulance, and I'm like, there has to be something really wrong if I'm in the ambulance, because they usually just take me in the car to the hospital. So I remember tapping him, and I was gonna ask him if I was gonna be okay, because like I said, my 4-year-old brain automatically assumed that I was dying. But nothing would come out, and so when I tapped him, he just looked at me and I couldn't get the words to say it, so I just looked away. And I remember the paramedics were checking my vitals, making sure I was okay, looking at my wound. And I remember getting to the hospital, and the doctor was changing me from the gurney to a bed, and he counted to 3 and he picked me up. And I remember that kind of hurt because I was in pain and I didn't want to move because everything hurt because I was all burnt up. And he moved me to the bed, and it's just like little bits and pieces that I remember. I don't remember it completely, but I do remember that the doctor saw my wound, and he told my mom there was a possibility of plastic surgery, because right now it's up here because I've been stretching and I've been growing, but when I got burnt, it was like half an inch, a little bit less than half an inch away from my nipple. So they said if I would have got burnt any lower, I was gonna have to get plastic surgery to reconstruct my nipple. But thank God that didn't happen, so everything was good. But I remember him looking at my burn, and he started seeing the black dead skin on top and all the blisters, because it was blistering really bad. I don't remember what degree burn I got, but I remember it was a pretty bad burn. And it was a pretty bad burn because it's still kind of like bumpy on top, and towards the bottom it's kind of already, but it is kind of bumpy, so it was a really bad burn. I'm guessing, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm guessing it's a 3rd-degree burn. I'm not sure, I don't remember what they said, but I do remember it took me forever to heal. And so since it was blistering up and there was all kinds of dead skin, and burns get black because of the burnt skin, the doctor grabbed a popsicle stick and he snapped it from the tip, so there was a rough edge, and he just started scraping off all the dead skin and busting all my blisters. When I tell you this hurt more than the burn itself, guys. I wanted to scream so bad, but my mom was watching me, and I've always been a strong girl when I'm around my mom, because I don't like her seeing me in pain, because if I cry, she cries, and I didn't want to see my mom cry. So I just remember holding her hand and tensing up all the way, and every time he would scrape it, I would take a deep breath and I'd be like, and then when I would let out, I was just telling my mom, I'm okay, mom, I'm okay, mom, I'm okay, mom. But I did not cry, guys. I did not shed one little tear. My eyes watered, but I did not cry. And I was 4, so from a 4-year-old, that's pretty tough, guys. I'm proud of myself there. But yeah, he scraped off all the dead skin, took off all the blisters. That's why it's not dark. It actually gets kind of red sometimes if I touch it too much. It's not sensitive. But yeah, as soon as that, they gave me medications for my eye because I had a blister inside my eye. Antibiotics. They gave me some creams, and then they seated me back. Me citaron? How do you say that back? They scheduled me back. I don't remember how much of a difference, but they would check on me constantly. And they gave me this vest. It's like a shirt, really tight shirt that stretches. It felt like yoga pants, but a little thicker. And it had a zipper all the way up here with a little button. And then it had like something that went in between my legs with Velcro in the front and the back, so I can put it on between my legs as well. And that was so it can even out my skin, because they told me if I didn't wear it, it was gonna be bumpy. But it wasn't cool, guys. In first grade, wearing that under my clothes, you can see it, and it wasn't cool. Okay, so I chose not to wear it. My mom would send me with it on under my clothes, and then as soon as I would get to school, I would undress myself in the bathroom, take it off, put it in my backpack, and after school I would just give it to my mom in her hand. And she would used to get so mad at me, but I absolutely hated wearing it, guys. I always told my mom it feels like a pamper because it would go in between my legs. But yeah, so that's why it's bumpy, guys, because when I was little, I didn't want to listen and I didn't wear that vest. But it's not too bad. And now I'm gonna answer some comment questions that I get, because people are always curious, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I just thought I would put everything in one video, so you know, whenever they ask me, I'll be like, well, I have a YouTube channel, and it's in my YouTube channel if you want to watch it. So I always get asked if I can feel my skin that's burnt, and yes, I can feel it. I haven't lost sensation on my chest. Yeah, I can feel it. No, it doesn't hurt anymore. It's been, what, 14 years since the burn, so no, it doesn't hurt. It's fully healed. They always ask me if I would take it off. My dad always tells me if I want to get laser removal for my scar, and I always say no. It doesn't really bother me. That's another thing they ask me. Does it bother me when I buy clothes? No, it doesn't bother me when I buy clothes. I don't mind showing it. Like, sometimes I'll go out in my tank top and I'll show it. Today, because it's cold, I'm covering myself, but it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me to show it. It doesn't change the way I dress. I don't try to cover it up all the time. It's just there. Sometimes I forget I have it. If I don't look at myself in the mirror, and like, apart from that, I don't really wear too much revealing clothes where I like to show my back and my shoulders and stuff. It's just not me. Like, I'll wear spaghetti straps in the summer. That's about it. Like, I feel uncomfortable wearing even short shorts, so it doesn't really bother me when it comes to picking clothes. They always ask me if I don't eat eggs because I got burnt with an eggs, and no, it's not because I got burnt that I don't like eggs. I just never did since I was little. I can eat them. If you cook them for me, I'll eat them. I don't like gag when I taste them. Like, they don't taste bad. There's certain ways I like them, and I don't prefer to eat them. That's another word to say it. Like, if you give me a choice between eggs and cereal, I will say cereal. So yeah, those are some questions that I get asked frequently. My family still thinks it's weird. Sometimes when I'm like showing it, like my aunties will go up to me and touch it, and they just look at me like pobrecita, but I'm like, it doesn't bother me. Like, everybody knows me by it. I've had relationships before, and it hasn't affected any of my relationships. And when guys take me out, they don't be like, oh, she has a burn on her chest, she looks weird. Like, they don't really care. I don't care. I don't care if they don't care. So that's pretty much it for this video. Give me a thumbs up if you guys want to see more story times. Sorry if I move a lot. I'm just a hyper person. I'm very bubbly. Like I told you, I like to talk a lot, and I'll talk to myself like this sometimes. I'm just kidding. No, I don't. But give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment down below if you would like to see more videos like this. I can do a lot of more story times because let me tell you guys, I am the clumsiest person you'll meet. I am literally. And not only that, I do so much throughout my day that something dumb always has to happen. And I have really bad luck when it comes to dating. So if you guys want to hear some funny dating stories, like I have plenty of those. So give this video a thumbs up if you guys would like to see more story times. I won't always do them here at my work. It's just today because I needed to film because it's been a while. But that's pretty much for this video. Subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't subscribed already. I would really appreciate it. Share this video with your friends or any of my other videos. You know, help me grow, help me, I mean, I told you guys I want YouTube to be like my family, so hopefully we can get more videos going and this channel can grow, you know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all your love and support. For those of you who have been watching my videos this far, for those of you who have been very kind to me, telling me that you guys like my channel and all this stuff, I really do appreciate all you guys' compliments. And yeah, so that's it for my video, and hopefully you guys liked it, and si no, pues ni modo. Anyways guys, see you guys in my next video. Bye. I thought someone came. That's a better way of explaining it. I had to reach over to grab the spatula, and once I did, I had to tiptoe on the Coke can, and I was tiptoeing on the corner of the Coke can. I mean the Coke box of the 12 packs of Coke. I was dipping. Ooh, I can't talk. So I reached over to grab the spatula on the other side because, let's say, I don't know how to do this as an example, guys. Okay, let's say that I'm standing straight at the stove. When I can't do it, guys. I can't explain to you.